Shalom, this is Yehudit Goldfarb from Sfat. Another rainy day here. I'm in front of the Ark. I wanted to do this one in front of our Ark with the Torah inside and the image of the Jerusalem rebuilt and the temple on the hill, because we're moving today to a three-letter combination in our 72 holy names that I feel is very special and fits with the imagery of the two lions on either side of the Torah and the crown on the top, because it's an aleph, a chaf, and an aleph. Aleph for me signifying the aleph before creation, the inevitable name of Hashem, as well as the aleph has the gematria of the Yud K Vav K because of the structure of a Vav and two Yuds, and in the middle of that's a Chaf, which brings us to another dimension in counting, because it goes from Yud is 10 and Chaf is 20, and even the final Chaf, which comes in tomorrow's triplets, is a big jump from the end of the 400 of the normal letters to the first of the final letters in the form of the 500 count. They've been counting by hundreds by then, but it's like another leap into these 5 letters that have double forms. They have a form in the middle of the letter and the form at the end of the letter. And it's interesting, I was reading that there was a confusion at one time of which one to use. And so I'm still debating just kind of how it works in the triplets. The triplets, I'm going to teach which one are final forms in the Torah, and we probably will do show the 2 forms. But it's a very special leap there in that group, and in the we're in the 63rd day now of the Tzere meditation square. It's a lamed and a chet. So we've had the row with 30 in it coming as if you're starting from the lower left corner. We had 31 and 32 in the spaces for 61 and 62, and 63, it leaps as if you're counting from the other side, as if you started to count at the lower right. And in that case, it would be a 38, and that's what the number is for today. So let's start with that. A lot of introduction. I'm working very hard on staying grounded and centered. It's a very difficult time here in Israel this time, particularly in the north. And I will hopefully keep being able to send you videos each day. So today, I won't do tomorrow because it's Shabbos, but I'll hopefully send 2 out on Sunday. So let's do the numbers. So we're in the 63rd square, which in the energy of that is, we're in the 7th house, which is the house of Netzach, and that's where I keep wearing yellow scarves and yellow as the underlining whole house, and then the room in it is the green of Binah. So I did many different greens because Sefirot's also green, but Binah is a place of distinction and multiplicity, and also with the skirt I picked up on that of multiplicity, and has greens, and it has also the red for today is Yesod, and also in the count of the 72 holy names, it's the Yesod aspect of Chachma, and the Chachma is dark blue, which I'm wearing an underline blouse set for the dark blue. I'm playing with the colors and how to combine them. It's a fun way to pick out what clothes I'm going to wear, but it's also really a reminder for myself all day long of what the energies are for today in my 2 overlapping counts right now, the Tzere meditation square and the 72 holy names. All right, and today is the 7th of Adar, Aleph, which is Moshe's Yortzeit. And so that's the reason I wanted to do this in front of the Torah. And there's Torah in there attributed to Moses, his initial person, and we are constantly expanding on trying to understand the secrets within the Torahs. And that was another level where the Chaf, which is in today's holy name, the Aleph, Chaf, Aleph, is the first of the double letters, and one of the sense of those letters that do have a final form and a form in the middle of the word is one is a revealed form and one holds secrets that we're just exploring at this point in the fullness of being, because 4 of the 5 have an extended leg instead of a lifted leg for the final form, and you go up on your toe, so it's an extra elegant connection to heaven and earth in their final form. And back to the Lamed, which is this amazing letter of learning and teaching and learning that we did yesterday in double form. And you come up and it's a small Lamed here and a tall Lamed facing the other way. Again, the facing the other way Lamed is from my tip of my toe all the way to the tip of my fingers. And there's this, when you come down with the Lamed, it's like bringing wherever you've gone in the upper regions, bringing that down and doing this alternating foot to ground yourself. So as you reach up in your process of learning or bringing down something that you want to teach, you want to be sure you ground yourself. And as I mentioned before, I'm working hard at the grounding, and it's noticeable in the balance issues when I'm doing the Lamed. That's what the Lamed is, though, right now. And I try to root my foot into the earth. I'm going to face, the other letter is the Het. So the Het, so 38. The Het is not a good grounding letter. Knees are slightly bent. You come up, go over. It's like diving down, bending your knees, and then lifting your butt. Lifting your hips up, and then coming around and unfurling yourself, I call it. So it's very much a bridge, acknowledging the earth and being able to draw the earth energy up into yourself, the wisdom of the earth. So let's try this now. Pull my sock a little tighter. It's coming off. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do 10 times. Lamed Het, 38 for the 63rd square of Sarah's meditation squares. So for Keter, the Kamatz, La, crossover, Ha, Hakma, La, Ha, Binah, Le, He, Hesed, La, He, Bavura, Le, He, Sefirot, Lo, Ho. Netzach. Li. He. Od. Lu. Hu. Yesod. Lu. Hu. Malkhut. Place of Binah, understanding, represented by the Tzere. And we're in the whole house of Netzach, of purposefulness, of focus, of intentionality. And it's a single dot for the Chirik, combined with the two dots side by side of Binah, which is noticing difference and similarities, and for trying to understand the multiplicity of the inside and the outside, the up and the down. The world we live in is a world with a lot of distinct shapes, sounds, and energies, and just trying to understand that and the patterns within that. So we're going to do a Netzach combined with Binah. The Chirik and the Tzere. E 5 times. This is top level, so Yehudit. A. Then Chaya. E. Aliveness. A. Shama. E. E. A. Nefesh. E. A. Perseverance and endurance is the whole 10 days that we're in, and this is the quality of understanding without judgment. It's 2 dots side by side. Okay, let's move into the 72 names created from Exodus 14 verses 19 through 21. So we're taking the Aleph from verse 19, the Chaf from verse 20, and the second Aleph from verse 21. So Aleph, we'll do it 4 times. Aleph, we'll do stepping back Chaf. Ha. And Aleph. World of the Silut, world of Bria, Aleph, Chaf, Aleph, Aleph, world of Tzere, Chaf, the Vasiya. So I encourage you as you do these movements to see how it feels. Take it through the 4 levels of the Peshat level of what shape am I in, the Remes level of what does it feel like, hint at, the level of Drash, what does it, intellectually, how I understand the shape of this letter, the position I'm in. What does it remind me of? And the remind me is kind of the hint, but it's like trying to give words to that. And for me, for example, the Aleph has been the Aleph before creation. When I put my head down here, all possibility. And some of that is echoed in this half, particularly this form of the half, which I'm stepping back, hands face down, and then they turn. And you make it like this, and there's a sense of the opening, just really wide open to possibility. And there's a connection with crown, with nobility as well, surrounded by the 2 olives. And that's a beautiful sense of support as you open up into your life. So I associate it with the 7th year. It's the 7th square, and the 7th, also the 7th decade, in your 60s if you're that old yet, and the sense of, well, maybe in the sense of the 60s in terms of the 1960s, for those of us who lived through it with that enormous openness to possibilities, but the sense also of something more, the Aleph before creation, and that has in it Hashem's name in the form of the Vav and the 2 Yuds on either side. Okay, so the Sefirot that I'm assigning this is my idea that the whole top row is Chachma. So we're in the place of Yesod, and in the day of Yesod, it's a Friday. So here I'm doing a combination. I've been doing 3 times. I think I want to go up to the full 5 times, reaching up with this 7th day, partly because it's Moshe's Yortzeit, which some people celebrate Adar 1 and some in Adar 2, but I'm doing both this time in a consciousness of Moshe's birthday, and Yortzeit and birthday both. So I'm going to move up to the 5 levels, but going up, because I feel the whole 72 names are about personal growth and awareness and development to reach the place where you're able to go through the obstacles in your life on a clear path. In the very last square with Mem, Vav, Mem, and the 2 walls, the waters and the obstacles on either side, but the obstacles are the difficulties also, according to Midrash, providing you with food and fresh water, and there's all this miraculous and mirrors, as well as you can see through to the other tribes. There's a lot of Midrash connect with that, and it's visually in the last square, as I shared before, and the next verse in the Torah is about the children of Israel walking on dry land with these parting the walls, between the walls of the water. It's an amazing image. So the Sefirot will be Chachma, this whole room of Chachma. The top row is a kind of a summary row of everything to come. And it's also the 7th place, starting with Binah. It becomes the 6th Sefirot down of the lower 7. And it's Yesod. So it's Chachma is the Patach. And Yesod is the Shiruk. Ooh. And this is what we're working on today. The underlying oneness of reality, the wisdom that comes from holistic vision, and Ooh, relationship, clear communication, relating. So third now, neshama. Ooh, whether you're going up or down, neshama is the third one. You continue up to Hayyot, aliveness. Integration. Ooh. And Yehida, unity. Divine unification. Ooh. It's towards that place as a full manifestation of each of us as a distinct divine channel. Soul in this world, in this body of this lifetime. So let's bring this all down with our tree of life meditation at the end of grounding all this from Keter to Malkhut with movement and sound. Oh. E. Ooh. Ooh. So may we be blessed and bless each other with a clear vision of why we're here and an ability to understand our own encounters and have a place of non-judgmental understanding of others. And on top of that, remembering to tap into the underlying oneness of life and be able to relate to our environment and people we meet, and also within ourselves from a clarity in our relationships and a sense of intimacy with our connection with Hashem. All blessings to us.